Today, we've got something very special to take a look at, and that is a new e-bike. And this is gonna be the craziest e-bike that we've ever reviewed on the channel. This bike is made by Furious Electric Bikes, and this is the Reaper Ultimate all-wheel drive. I'm excited to get this thing out of the box, get it put together, and then take it for a spin. Now let's take the first look at it. What a beauty. This is a dual motor bike. So there's a motor on the front wheel as well as on the back wheel. I'm gonna keep unpackaging it and then we'll take a good close look at it. Of course, we've got all the tools that we need to put it together. Yep, we got a charger right there. This is not only a dual motor system, this is also a 60-volt system. So this is gonna be quick and fast. And we officially have it all put together. Take a look at how beautiful this bike is, guys. We still have to get the headlight on the front, and then we also have to get the front fender on, but we're gonna do that in just a second. Riding around on a bike like this, you guys are going to want a helmet on that protects your whole entire head. But enough talking, let's get on this bike and let's go and take it for a rip. Go ahead and stop right here really quick. Go over some of the controls that you guys have right up here on the cockpit. You've got this button right here. This activates or deactivates your throttle. Of course, you've got your shifter here. You've got your dual hydraulic brakes, back and front. Over here, you've got the controls for your horn, your headlight, turning on the system, going through the settings, and then you've even got blinkers on here. Left, right. That is a pretty cool feature. Then of course, below the blinkers, you've got the horn. Pretty nice sounding horn right there. Make sure we've got that blinker turned off, which will be a pretty easy thing to forget. Right here, flip that up to turn your headlight on, flip it down to turn it off. Now to turn on the bike itself, we're gonna hold down this here. Power button's right up top. And then you've got a really nice large display that gives you all the information you're gonna want when you're riding around. Right here, the center button, it's got an eye. That's how you switch from rear wheel to front wheel to all wheel. Compression adjustment for the front suspension. And then we've also got air shocks on the back right here, so you can tune those to your weight. It's very nice. We've got dual air shocks on the back. Very nice, high quality air shocks. And then the dual batteries, which is awesome. This thing's gonna get you guys plenty of range. You can change your speed limit. And I'll tell you guys right off the bat, the speed on this display is not accurate. So you're gonna have to mess with some of the settings, but they've got advanced settings as well. So you can go through a heck of a lot more. And I don't know everything about this display menu right here, but I think I've got it tweaked just to make sure we get maximum power from this bike. Let's get going. Yeah, dude, this thing rips so fast. On the display right now, it says we're going 36, 37. This thing goes so fast and it's got so much torque. Another thing that I really like about it so far is the grips on it. They're very squishy, nice leather grips that are also locking grips, so they're not going to twist around on you as you ride around. Very, very nice brakes on this bike. Let's just pull it over really quick to the side, take another quick look at it. So we've got the locking grips, which is very nice, but I wish more of them came with it. The brakes are very nice. You've got a sleeve right here. Keep your cables nice and tidy. And then you've got your headlight. Another really cool feature. It's a nice headlight, as well as the front fender. Metal fender on the front. Got a metal fender. On the back, got your brake light right here, which also activates when you hit the brakes. You've got the mag wheels on the front and on the back, which are housing the 750 watt, 60 volt geared hub motors. We're gonna head this way now. We're gonna do our hill climb test. Most of our bikes that we reviewed on the channel struggle to go up this hill right here. It's a really big hill. Most bikes average about 12 miles an hour going up this hill. Let's see how fast we can make it up this hill here. From a complete stop. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is a very, very steep hill. So let's go. Batteries are fully charged, so we've got the maximum power available to this bike. So far it says we're going 32. Yeah, we're just hauling up this hill. No issues at all. Most other bikes would have slowed down. This one barely slowed down. It says we're holding 31, which is just insane. And 38 to a stop with these nice hydraulic brakes this thing has to offer. I personally will not be pedaling this bike, at least until I figure out a way to raise the seat on it, because the seat is pretty low and it's not really meant for pedaling. If I bring this leg up here on the pedal, take a look at just how high that is. That is not going to be fun to pedal around on this bike. So you can do that if you would like. You still get a little bit of wheel spin from starting pedaling. Now on some gravel, let's just, oh yeah, you got to be careful when you're sending it from a stop on this thing. That wheel can definitely get away from you. This thing is so fun. If you guys are looking for a bike to ride around, to have fun on, and I mean, you could even use this thing for commuting, especially since it has the dual batteries. Dual batteries is very nice, especially when you've got this much power, because if I only had one battery on here, it would go pretty quick, especially with the amount of power that we've got. And since I'm just throttling around everywhere on it. So we have one external battery right here. Very easy to use. You get a key that comes along with that one and a key that comes along with this one. We actually get 2 keys for this battery, 2 keys for this battery. 60 volt, 60 volt, 15 amp hour, 15 amp hour. So you get 30 amp hours total. The controller is housed right down in here. Very sturdy metal. So if you're gonna hit that, hopefully you don't hit it. It's gonna be safe, not gonna damage your controller. And then the wheels. That's another thing worth talking about on this bike. CST Scout E Moped style. So these are 20-inch wheels, 20 by 4, I believe. I can't really see where the numbers are, but I believe that is correct on there. And then I think the brake rotors are 203 millimeters, and they look super cool. Right here is where the front motor connects to the system, because you got to put the front wheel in yourself. And then the mag wheels are super sick. The front suspension is very nice as well. I think it's Mozo front suspension. Let's see, Mozo front suspension fork here. Like I said, that is adjustable right here on the compression knob. You've got some super cool looking hydraulic brakes, which are Zoom hydraulic brakes. All right, so that display said 39 down that little run right there that we just did. And on here it says our max speed was 36 miles an hour, but I know that we can go faster than that. So let's get moving. We're going up a little incline now, still holding a really good speed. That's one really big advantage of having a powerful dual motor system. You can fly up these hills with ease. It is pretty accurate once you get up to the higher speeds. This said 41 and the phone says we went 39. So we're sitting at about 39 downhill. Even on a flat, This thing goes fast. One thing you're gonna wanna watch out for is if you're turning, try not to give it too much throttle. Kind of ease on the throttle if you're gonna turn and use the throttle, because if you just punch it, that front wheel can kick out from underneath you, and then you might end up on the ground, which we don't want. Whew. This thing has a ton of power, and it just feels great to ride. The suspension is super nice on it. Front suspension, nice and squishy, and the rear suspension is also nice and squishy. Oh yeah, that was a really bumpy trail, and the suspension handled it perfectly, honestly. But like I said, guys, this thing is mostly designed for road use. Another thing that I would like to point out about this bike, which I would like changed in the future, is this cable right here running down. It goes right down underneath, as you can see right there. So if you do end up hitting a big bump or something like that, it's gonna hit that cable. I wish that they had a way that they could have just routed that internally down to the controller, but it's whatever. I think there's a simple fix. I'm gonna let the owner know. I think you can add some sort of a guard right here, and then that would protect this. Not a big deal. As long as you don't do anything crazy on this bike, you will be good. The seat on the bike is very squishy and comfortable. Like, look at this. Yeah, that's a very squishy seat. And I think there's some way you can get risers for it. I'm not even gonna worry about it right now. So that way, if you're a little bit taller, you'll fit on this bike and you'll be able to pedal it if you prefer to pedal. And then you've also got the rear rack. You could throw a basket on here or something if you want, if you find the right size for that. This bike is just sick. Rides through the grass flawlessly, especially with that suspension. But this thing is fun, man. Like, if you guys are looking for a bike to just ride around and have fun on, or go to the store with, or really anything that has a lot of power, this is a great choice. This is a cool little spot, man. Man, this bike is awesome. Good job, Fabulous. I'd also like to mention that Furious is not the name of the brand. That is their line of bikes. So the company that created this awesome bike is Fabulous e-bikes. So I will drop a link down in the description for you guys to check this bike out, or even their other bikes they've got to offer. But this is the Reaper Ultimate all-wheel drive, and I am very impressed with it so far. This is an awesome ride. Squishy seat, very comfortable seat to sit on. Probably more comfortable than a traditional bike seat. And one thing that I forgot to do is turn on the second battery. So after riding around for a good hour, just throttling the whole entire way, we were at about 50% of a charge. But once I turned on that second battery, we're back up to 100%, it says. So that's great. The dual suspension on this bike is also very comfortable, especially when it comes to riding down the road and hitting potholes or any other bumps that might be on the road. The rotors on the rear and on the front are both 203mm rotors, and they're very nice and thick. I mean, just look at how cool these rotors look on this bike. I've never seen a rotor on a bike like this yet. I'd almost go as far as even saying this bike is almost a motorcycle. I mean, it's coming pretty close. This thing does weigh about 120 pounds. And the display on the bike is very big, very bright, and overall a very nice premium display. If you guys are looking for a dual motor, dual battery e-bike that is 60 volts and has a ton of torque and speed on it, this is gonna be a great choice. The Furious Reaper by Fabulous e-bikes is awesome. And I can't wait to take it out and ride it some more. I mean, just look at this thing. This is a work of art when it comes to bikes. and I've never seen a bike that looks this good before. If you guys do end up picking one up from the website, which I'll have linked in the description and pinned down in the comments, you will not be disappointed. It's a crazy bike and really fun to ride. So go and check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.